Hi everybody, this is Amy, and I have a feeling that this has just been on my mind to talk about for a while. It's my case for New California. Um, we can't save California. I wrote an op-ed piece called Better the Devil with a question mark. Because everybody sees California as the devil we know. That's just how it is. But it's not better. New California wants to break California into two parts. And basically, it will be about 25 million people in California proper and about 15 million people in New California. And we save our state. There's no way to save it with the monoparty system, the way it's set up, the way they continue to bully and harass and basically drown out every other voice. We're talking at least 15 million voices are being drowned out. Because where it breaks apart, there's 25 million people in the California part of it and then 15 million in the other. Well, of that 25 million, there's plenty of people in there that don't like the way they're being treated. They don't like being ignored, but they just happen to live in that geographic location. But I'm a libertarian at heart. I'm one of these people that I'm conservative, and I believe in free market, and I believe that social programs should be a hand up, not a handout. And I believe that there are some of our a community that need our support. So there's going to be some people that will be on the social programs because they're just, they're the more delicate of the group, the ones that have the disabilities and the ones that can't do it on their own, and they're going to need help. But that being said, the rest of us, we can work and we can do things and we can contribute, and everyone can contribute, even those that have disabilities. It's just they have to find their niche. And they have to do some workarounds. And so that's what we should be, helping a hand up instead of a handout. But I'm rambling. Let me get back to my point. In my op-ed piece that I wrote, I cited a couple of Los Angeles Times articles where they were talking about there's 50,000 homeless in Los Angeles proper. That's the way the Constitution was written, is that every 30,000 people are supposed to have their own delegate. Well, there's so many homeless that they should have their own delegate to Sacramento. I mean, it's ridiculous. And at one point, they called it a human catastrophe. And then there's San Francisco. When I actually quoted a TripAdvisor, a guy from Houston who loved coming to San Francisco, he loved visiting. And in 2014, he made a critique on TripAdvisor. And I copied and pasted what he wrote. And basically, he had said, there was needles, there's human feces. This was in 2014. He said, I stayed in the nicer part of San Francisco and I was assaulted out on the street. He goes, spend your money elsewhere. Don't come here anymore. And so what's it like now? Well, just about a week ago, the mayor of San Francisco proposed $29.1 million to combat, the problems they're having with the homeless there. And it's because there's trash and human feces and needles and all these disgusting things that are health hazards. And this is supposed to be one of the greatest cities in the world, and it's a freaking health hazard to go to. And that's my California? I don't think so. That's not my California. That's not the California I was born into. That's not the California that I support. And I live in a big ag area, and the biggest thing that we deal with is that we're shielded from a lot of that. It's a big conservative area, and so people are, whether they call themselves the Valleycrats, or the conservative Democrats, or the conservative independents, or the conservative Republicans, we're family oriented. We go to church for the most part, and we're all good to go. We want limited government, so it's really nice out here where we live. But we're still dealing with all that stuff, but they don't see it per se, except in the gas prices. California's gas prices are the highest of all 50 states, even more than Hawaii, which doesn't pump their own gas. They ship everything in, and we pay more for gas than they do. And it's all because of taxes. We pay something like 87 cents on the gallon for taxes for gas. And I've actually had people approach me when I would read the grievances and say, I live in rural Tulare County. I'm in Tulare County. I live in rural Tulare County, and it's a 45-minute drive to go to the store. He goes, I can't afford these gas prices. And that's, they don't care. They don't care. My daughter actually said, we need to get an electric car. I said, no, we're not getting an electric car. She goes, well, they're offering, that we can lease electric cars and you get this benefit and you can lease it for like $25 a month. And I said, no, we're not leasing an electric car. I said, we can't lease an electric car. Because when you lease a vehicle, you can only drive it so much. They only give you like 800 miles a month. We put 800 miles on this thing in a week. I said, we can't do that. We drive from Visalia to Hanford just to go to our bank. Or no, Visalia to Lemoore just to go to our bank. Or we go from Visalia to Fresno to go to our doctor. And I said, we have to go to Sanger, drop you guys off. I said, there's not any way possible we could just lease the car. I said, it doesn't work like that. I said, they don't want us driving. This is the whole big thing. This big Agenda 21, Agenda 2030 is bull crap. And I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to give away my state. I saw a billboard coming back down the 99 from Fresno today where low information voters just irritate me. They don't know what they're talking about. So they're going after Nunes because he's all about Russia, right? Because he's investigating what was done with Uranium One and spying on Trump and all this sort of stuff. And it was so bad. He actually made a comment about it. Well, he's all into Russia. That's what the billboard says. He's all into Russia. But we're being left behind here as farmers. While there's a trade war with China. Bull crap is a trade war with China. What we were doing until Trump got in is that we were mortgaging all of our federal land to China. And they were about ready to call the loan. Now, you guys do not realize how close they were about taking our federal land. And where I live is Sequoia National Park, is Kings Canyon National Park, is Yosemite National Park. Would you like China to have those? Because they were about ready to call that loan, because they have been buying our debt. And they're about ready to do it to Australia right now, because Australia hasn't stepped up like Trump did. So when Trump stepped it up saying, no, we're gonna get into this trade fair, that we're not gonna pay you more, and we're not gonna let you call these loans out anymore. You're gonna start costing you a little bit more, which means we may have to pay a little bit more here. But if it saves the land, thank you. Go ahead. We need New California. We need a 51st state. California is too large with too many people to be run the way it's been run, because we are being run into the ground, and we're being run by people who don't want America. They're being run by who want globalists, who want China to come in and take over. And I don't want that. I happen to be a veteran. I was born in this country. I was born in this state. And I happen to love this country. You can call me a nationalist if you want to. I'll be like, hey, you know what? I said I would support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. And that, even though my time in service is over, that oath doesn't expire. So I'm making a case for New California. If the only way to save my California is to bust it up, well, let's bust it up. Because I'm not giving 1 inch of this land to a foreign national, to a foreign territory. When I say a foreign national, I don't mean someone who's an immigrant coming in here buying some property because they want to live here. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about China. I'm talking about other places. I'm talking about, I want the safety for my children, my children's children, and I want my California back. Thanks, guys. Be blessed. Bye.